One man's trash is another man's treasure. A timeless adage that Jonathan Vigliotti tells us is as true as ever.
Inside this shipping container,
Okay, it's surprisingly light.
back from exhibition,
No offense, but from this angle, it really does look like just a bunch of junk.
Yeah, it's really...
is a work of optical illusion. What looks like junk from the side very clearly becomes art from the front.
Wow.
In some ways, these are like Trojan horses.
Fun and games, but with a stinging message on the inside when you look deeper.
That's the idea.
Artist Tom Deininger's sculptures are remarkable studies of the natural world, a menagerie of wildlife recreated in lifelike detail, from the everyday to the exotic. Inanimate objects that somehow capture the essence of their living counterparts, so convincing that even real animals sometimes seem confused. Deininger's message: shift your perspective to change what you see.
There is much meditations on nature and the man-made world, both a condemnation and a celebration of the vast quantities of things we can make.
He makes each piece with discarded objects, everything from trash to childhood toys, once loved, now forgotten.
So this is like a re-envisioned Toy Story.
Yeah, it could be conceived as that. Subverting nostalgia is the way I like to consider it. So I'm going to give you your memory back, but it's not so nice and pleasant anymore.
His warning is one about human consumption and the environmental threat it poses on land and when it's flushed out to sea, from birds full of plastic to sea life trapped in it. Deininger hopes his art can raise awareness about threatened species, like this ruby-throated hummingbird, a work he showed us in process at his studio in Rhode Island.
I can see the broken reflectors here. Sunglasses, it looks like.
Pens, sunglasses, remote controls, lighters. The best way to describe it is painting with junk.
Deininger grew up in the 70s outside Boston. His love of nature and the outdoors fueled his art and environmental awareness.
I was swimming in this river and my friend's father, it's like, I wouldn't do that. And that was such a kind of visceral offense to like the fact that we have polluted our waterways to the point where they're not safe to swim was just, it kind of hit me as such an offense.
Deininger studied painting in art school in the 1990s, focused on landscapes before using trash as his main palette.
I was on a surf trip around the South Pacific, and I was seeing this stuff wash up on these remote islands in the South Pacific, and at that point, I knew it was a problem, and that helped me think about the content.
Back home, he began collecting trash on the beach and even started digging through garbage bins, hot gluing every object together in a process that takes months. The results didn't catch on at first. Until 2019, when he posted this video on social media of one of his old pieces.
Within a couple of months, I maybe had 100,000 followers.
What went on in your mind when work that you've been creating for decades received such attention and recognition like this?
This is cool.
It was that low-key.
Yeah.
Cool and career-changing. Deininger has since signed on with a New York gallery, and last year showed his work at the prestigious Art Basel Fair in Miami. The fan videos and their views exploded, and now the trash comes to him.
People from social media mail me boxes of the stuff that they just not comfortable throwing away, and I love that when that happens.
He's sold every one of his pieces, with commissions pouring in. What he's earned,
Hi, baby.
he's used to open an animal sanctuary. He's also an avid kite surfer, but when he's done catching wind in the waves, he always takes time to pick up after us. In even the smallest pieces of trash, Tom Deininger sees a threat in life cycle, and with it, an opportunity to shatter the illusion and open someone's eyes.
Even if it provides just a moment's entertainment, if it can start a more profound conversation, even better, but I hope it unlocks something for people.